You heard?
All right.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
In other news, I listened to a bunch of different podcasts.
Okay.
One of my favorite podcasts, Joe Budden podcast.
Joe Budden.
He's
a Virgo.
He is a Virgo. Joe Budden.
All the bad things I ever said about him, I don't think I've ever did say anything bad about him. Once I found out he's a Virgo, I watched that all the way.
So he announced on his show, this past Wednesday, that they are leaving Spotify after the next 7 episodes, I believe it is.
Okay, their contract is up.
Their contract is up, and he went it was like a real long spiel about how he felt the contract went. And a lot of people said he was salty. A lot of people said it was a rant, that he was upset. Charlemagne was hating. But I think a lot of creatives, whatever field you are in, podcasting, music, art, whatever field you're in, can learn a lot from what he was saying. Because he said that one of the major things that he was going for this contract was to honor his contract. Because every other contract he's been in, he's always found a problem mid, and he always wanted to get out.
Okay, he was creating a pattern, yes.
He was creating a pattern. But he said he heard his agent, his manager, Crooked Out, who was on Slaughterhouse with him, telling him to honor his contract. Right. So he said, you know what? I'm going to honor my contract. But he saw how Spotify was treating, that whole platform, even though they did numbers for them.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
They were going above and beyond what their contract would and what their incentives were.
Yes.
And he said that they were not shown that appreciation in return. And he learned, and not what he learned. He's always learned this. He's always known this. But Spotify didn't care about the Joe Budden podcast, right? They just cared about what that podcast could bring to Spotify. So
and how Spotify can use that as leverage
for anybody else. And then if you're paying attention, we talked about Joe Rogan's deal.
Oh.
Bill Simmons' deal.
Oh.
Right? So we see that Spotify under their nose, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Under their nose was trying to
use them as leverage, and now we bring in the people that we really want to bring in to turn Spotify into, because as a corporation, they have 5, 10, and 15-year plans, right? Mm-hmm. And our problem is we can't think 3 weeks ahead as black people.
Right.
So we have to understand the way this game is played. I'm pretty sure Budden's understand that because he's been in the business long enough.
And then one of the really, really interesting parts was he said that one of the deals, because apparently Spotify wanted to renew the deal a year in, he said, but they gave him a contract that would have taken a lot of their rights away.
Yeah.
They wanted
a lot of their intellectual property.
A lot of their IP, yeah. And he said that we could have been millionaires. Y'all all could have been millionaires. Y'all my friends. He said he's a millionaire, but y'all my friends. I know y'all could have all been millionaires, but I wouldn't have been able to sleep at night. And that is a question a lot of you guys, you should ask yourselves if you are confronted with that kind of decision. You see this number in front of you, but they take in everything at the same time.
Absolutely, because one thing about Virgos is we really are about integrity. Those of us who are on the frequency, it means our relationships mean something to us. Mm-hmm. And it's not necessarily the dollar sense.
Yeah.
So what Joe Budden is trying to say is, sure, they were providing a dollar sense and we were going to have to give up everything, but it's not always about the dollar sense. It's about the relationship, the integrity, keeping your word, honoring what we do. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I guess he felt he wasn't going to get that.
Yeah.
So they're going to do their own thing.
Yeah. That's what they're doing.
I don't think Joe Budden he didn't look like he needs some mirror.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm pretty sure his pockets is up. And he has leverage in his own right. You know what I mean? Where he can establish himself to do, and the fact that he asked his team.
Yeah.
What do y'all want to do? Because I'll ride this with y'all if this is the end all and be all for y'all. And when his team said no, then that means that his team is in it for the long haul. And those are the kind of people that you have to keep around you, because that means when I go to war, I know that you guys have my back. Yes? Yeah. Everyone needs a team like that. And I don't even know the niggas. I don't watch their show.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, watch out for Charlemagne. Because Charlemagne, I feel like he was hating from the beginning. Like when they announced that they had this deal, when they announced that they had the #1 podcast on Spotify, like he's just been hating from rip. And again, it's just more points against them. I used to like Charlamagne's podcast.
Yeah.
But like I said, all he's doing is just parroting Angela Rye.
Yeah.
Kamala Harris is always talking points.
He is a vessel for agenda now.
Oh, it's nasty.
Yeah.
It's the whole Breakfast Club. It's nasty.
Yeah, it's just a vessel for
Oh,
agenda.
my God.
And this is important because one day we may be faced with these options. Listen, we see what y'all doing, and we want to offer y'all a number. And, and we have to decide, is that going to be beneficial? Do we keep our integrity? Can my father do what he do? You know what I mean?
Right.
Because, my father crazy. He should be getting a check, right? If not, can we stay connected to our people?
Right, because
Can we still advertise our people, or do big boys come in and wipe our advertisement out? That's important to me.
Yeah,
whether you guys understand that or not.
Yeah, we talked about this a while ago because we had preliminary, early talks, and we had to discuss like how much you're going to tone it back.
Right, absolutely.
And if you tone it back that much, our fan base, our people who watch us every week are going to notice that and go, wait.
Absolutely. If I came on and I just came straight down the middle giving you information, that's not the Urban X podcast. Now, I'm not saying that I'm not willing to compromise, because in our meetings, we have decided, Dad, listen.
And that's only because we're on YouTube.
Right.
It's only because we're on YouTube.
Absolutely. And then sometimes some people sit their children down.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I have to take all of these things into consideration, but the show is edgy for a reason. You know what I mean? It's what your uncle would say at the cookout after he got drunk, but it's filled with truth. The way we put this show on is designed this way for a purpose.
Right.
And if we lose that, people will notice that immediately.
Yeah.
They will immediately like, what the hell's going on here? Oh, a Pepsi commercial. Oh, you know what I mean? So we have to think about all of these things. But the beautiful thing here at Urban X, we discuss this stuff.
Yeah.
And I be telling you guys who have your little business, are you ready for the happening? Right? If you selling something and then a celebrity holds up one of your products, are you ready for that moment where now you got to fill 50,000 orders that you didn't have to fill before?
Right.
So you got to think, you can't think small and small-sided. You have to prepare, operate, run your business like a full-fledged business so that when the happening happens, you can ride the wave and benefit off the happening, right? So if somebody comes to us and what they talking, because it ain't about money, for us, it's about integrity and control of what we do.
All facts.
You know what I'm saying? Not saying we want to turn a bag away, but listen, I told you, and I need y'all to understand this. With every bone in my body, I will shovel elephant shit at the circus.
Yeah, I got a little one now.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying?
Listen,
I will
I'ma
shovel this shit at the. I will be in Burger King like, hi, may I take your order? With a straight face, and you be like, is that Black Dot? Would you like fries with that, sir?
Yeah.
For 50 cents extra, would you like a super smoothie? Would you like to donate to this organization that I know nothing about?
For $1 more.
For $1 more. I will get it for the family. And when you understand that magnitude, and real dads out there and moms know what I'm talking about. So, so what you're offering in a monetary sense is irrelevant. We're about integrity. We're about keeping our brand intact. So shout out to Joe Buddens, and I wish them well. You think we can get him on the show?
I don't know. I feel like
all right, let me do some voodoo.
Maybe.
I, Black Dot, aka Dirt Man, when I was a child, summoned the wind of all dirt.
You're gonna have to get over that
circle.
You're gonna have to get past.
Boom!
You are 52 now.
Dude, I saw this reverend. Y'all might have saw it. White guy. He said, Corona, gone. Boom. And he said Corona was gone. So I'm summoning the guards to bring Joe Budden on the show. He's in New York, yes? Do they run?
Oh, yeah. He's from Jersey.
Okay, but come on. Hey, I'm closer to Jersey than you think, Joe. Come on the show. Sit down. Talk some shit with us. All right, let's
Somebody
do
said
this.
get Lord Jamal on facts.
Lord Jamal is a Virgo, too. Clap that up.
He owes us.
And yeah, he did say he would do the show. And Virgos, they keep their word. So I'm gonna have to lean on Lord Jamal. I'm hearing whispers that there may be a new Brand Nubians album. I'm hearing.
Oh.
I don't know.
The snitch?
Side note, I was watching True Master on Killer Priest's podcast the other day. Shout out True Master. That's my dude. He produced, for all the Wu-Tang and this. And him and Killer Priest got a new project out. Killer Priest is also from another planet. I speak of Kambata, is as the new Killer Priest and of the new generation. But Killer Priest is definitely not from Earth. I don't know where he's from either. So, yeah. Shout them out.